Welcome to the show. I'm Ryan Gomez.
And the Bills lost yesterday.
Wow, tough break. Did not see that coming
Nope.
at all. Okay, all right. Other things we did not see coming today.
More Kaladesh cards. Just kidding. We saw that.
We knew that was going to happen, but we didn't know about these expedition type things.
Oh,
What is
right. Yeah. Didn't see it coming, but it's kind of cool, just makes it so there's expeditions in every set now. So now you can just play the lottery as much as you want. It makes me wonder about if diminishing returns is going to be a thing because Zendikar sold so much, but are people going to mind that it's going to be in every set now, or is that going to just induce people to get more cases of everything? What do you think?
I think so. I think this is going to be a good injection of cards into the game total. It's going to add accessibility for the older cards, for new players, if they want to start inching their way towards maybe modern or something like that.
The new ones look sweet this time
around.
around.
Tools to do it, and it's also a cool way to bling out your commander deck or whatever. You got access for that as well. So I like it. I'm excited to see what they do in this space. It gives them a good way to bring cards into market without them affecting standard directly, which is a big fear.
Yep. I totally agree with all those points.
Great. Well, let's talk about some cards that will affect standard. Hopefully.
Fine.
Here, we'll start out with an easy one. Contraband Kingpin.
1/4 lifelink. This card is going to be awesome and limited.
Yes.
That much is clear. It's 2 mana, 1/4 lifelink. Pretty sweet.
Yes, definitely one of those build-arounds. If you open it in your first pack, I could see this kind of steering a deck in limited, like you said. Constructed, it's a bit more of a defensive kind of a dirtle turtle, but if you want to play around with it, I don't know.
I don't think you're going to be putting this card in a 60-card deck. But it's sweet. I mean, you get to scry one every time you play an artifact. It's great.
Sure. How about this one, Blossoming Defense?
This card also probably not going to see much play in 60-card decks,
I
but
don't think so. I think we've got some better pump-up spells still floating around back from Gatewatch and so on.
Totally.
Hexproof.
So I do like the kind of path they took from Woodcutter's Grit, which is +3/+3 and hexproof for 3, and then this is +2/2 hexproof for 1.
Yeah.
So I like that they're pushing kind of pump spell effects because Giant Growth, I miss Giant Growth. That's all I got. The card's great. It's kind of the card I grew up on.
And I think
Magic.
green needs a way to kind of protect some of its bigger creatures, and really the hexproof part of this is more relevant than the +2/+2. They're usually big enough they can survive, the burn spells or whatever, but dodging things like a Doomblade or whatever, they don't have counter magic. They don't have that kind of stuff. So
putting hexproof on pump spells is kind of weird because you are protecting them ostensibly from maybe if you're protecting them from a red spell, you're protecting them from damage. And +2/+2 and hexproof is redundant in that case, so it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
All right, Glint Nest Crane.
Okay, so Seacoast Drake with upside.
Sure. And again, this is going to play right into how many artifacts do you have in your deck? You've got a lot of good ones to pick from. You got vehicles. You've got some good equipment still out there from Shadows and Innistrad.
It's basically Seacoast Drake draw a card. It seems awesome. They've been printing a lot of 1/3s flying for 2 in sets before. They've usually been white. They've usually had some sort of really small upside. McKindy Aeronaut was an ally that had a random upside with not Battalion. What the heck's that tap ability
Rally
called?
or Cohort even.
Cohort, yes, that's the one. So they're kind of testing out how far they can push the upside of a 1/3 flying for 2. And this card seems really pushed. I think it's awesome.
Yes, as do I. All right.
This could see playing standard. It's that good.
Sure could. All right, how about this guy? We know this one's going to see play, I'm sure. Combustible Gear Hulk.
Yeah, so it's a 6/6 for 6, and I believe it's got Menace.
First strike.
But I know the second ability. The second ability is awesome. So it's mill a player 3, and then you can draw 3. But if they don't want you to draw 3, you mill 3, and then they take damage equal to the combined converted mana cost of cards you mill.
Yes. So even if you hit 3 lands, you've got a 6/6 first strike on the board, which is not terrible.
And you have to get pretty unlucky to hit 3 lands, I think.
Sure. And if you hit 3 Emrakul's,
wow,
they're taking 39 damage.
That's a lot. That's so much. 3 Emrakul's.
I mean, so the range that this card lives in.
Yeah, it's a boom bust card for sure.
All right. But Scry is an evergreen mechanic. There's plenty of ways to kind of rig those top cards of your deck. So that kind of lends a little bit.
So let's say you mulligan to 6, you scry to the top, and then you play this turn 1 somehow. then it's all gravy.
Yep, that's it. All right. So he's good. Electrostatic Pummeler.
That's going to be the 1/1 for 3,
Yeah.
and it gives you 3 energy. Mm-hmm. And I think energy looks like it's going to be really great. There are some artifacts in this set that are kind of higher rarity that do crazy things with energy, and I think Electrostatic Pummeler is going to be a good roadblock. Plus the upside of giving you energy to activate some of these artifacts.
This guy also wears auras and equipment really well. If he doesn't bust up his power, Slayer's Plate was like a good one, +4, +2, and then you can just double that, and you can just really go to town. He doesn't really have any natural evasion, though, so if you want to get real damage in, you're going to have to give him flying or trample or something to make those extra points count. Sure. But, again, another fun one to build around, I think.
Totally. Or, he's a fun one to build around. He's a fun one to kind of put in as a role player in any sort of energy deck. Yeah, I think this dude's awesome. And an artifact, he goes in any color.
There you go. So you can't lose. All right, so that's it for today's cards. Let us know what you're most excited about in the comments below. The set is coming together nicely. There's going to be a lot more good stuff, I'm sure, the rest of this week. We're excited to look at it all.
Yep, but before it all releases this Friday, you can come visit TCGplayer.com or Magic.TCGplayer.com. We've got articles by pros. We've got videos by pros playing Magic Online. We've got cards for sale. You can sell your cards to us on our buy list. It's all awesome, and you should do everything. Everything.
Do it. All right, well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Internet.